Hi everybody. Just like to welcome you to this continued education class. We have fantastic Eloise here with us, and she's got almost a decade of experience with chakras. And Eloise, would you just explain your background with chakras, and then over to you. Thank you very much for doing this for everybody.
Yeah, no problem. So my experience and my background with chakras is all related to my own personal journey with healing, and I became interested in energy healing when I actually did my Reiki level 1, where you start to understand a bit more about the chakras and the healing energy, the life force energy that flows through all of us that can be harnessed for healing. So that's where my journey really began with that. And then I started investigating crystals and using the energy of the crystals. And now, of course, I have a complete love of essential oils. So I'm looking into how to use those to also support the to support unblocking our chakras and keeping that life energy flowing that goes through all of us. So that's me.
Thank you, Eloise.
Yeah,
we're lucky to have you on. And you'll answer questions at the end, is that okay?
Yeah, I can answer questions at the end. I think that's probably best, but that's fine, yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, over to you now.
Okay, so so I'm Eloise, and I'm a doTERRA wellness advocate, and spreading the doTERRA love and the doTERRA word. And I'm going to just talk to you today about using the essential oils to balance your chakras. So first of all, it might be worth just revisiting what is a chakra. So chakras are the energy centers of our body. So really our bodies are, our body is a field of energy. We are energy. And it's been known for a very long time that in ancient history, lots of the ancient wisdom and knowledge tells us that this energy moves in channels throughout our body. Chakras are basically the concentrations of the energy in the midline of the body, and these move in circular motions. And each of these chakras will resonate with a core human need. So, for example, our root chakra is all about is basically our survival. Our root chakra is to do with making sure we've got food and making sure we've got shelter and that fear response. That's all within the root chakra. So each of the chakras will resonate with a core human need. When our chakras are moving freely, everything's good, but the blockages of the chakras, we've got a doodler. The blockages of the chakras are directly linked to our physical, our emotional, and our spiritual well-being. So when these chakras are blocked or even overactive, it can have a direct effect on these things. It can manifest in us physically, and we can experience emotional issues, and also it will impact our spiritual well-being. So we have 7 primary chakras. So the chakras are, and I'm going to go through all of these in more detail, but we've got 7 primary chakras going from our root chakra up to, which is at the base of our spine, up to the crown chakra at the top of our head. And you'll see each of those chakras are actually associated with a colour as well. So what we want to do is keep the energy flowing. So blocked or overactive chakras, as I said, can manifest as these emotional issues or physical illness. So keep the energy flowing to support your health and well-being. So the question is, how do we identify our blocked or overactive chakras? How do we know whether our chakras are blocked? So there's various ways in which we can do this. One of my favourite ways of doing this is through dowsing. So you'll see on the picture there, I've put a picture of a pendulum, and we can douse on each other to find out whether or not our energy centers are blocked. And the way that we can do that is you hold the pendulum, you tune into the pendulum, and you hold the pendulum over the chakra point, and if it moves freely, then that chakra is is probably moving okay, and the energy is flowing. And you'll find that if you've got a blocked chakra, it just won't move. It's quite incredible, actually. The first experience I had of this was when I did my Reiki level 1, as I said before, and it was quite astounding to me. I didn't really realise how accurate this would be using the pendulum, and literally it won't move if you've got a blocked chakra. So of course, if you don't feel comfortable doing that yourself or on each other, you can actually go and ask somebody who's practicing Reiki to help you identify your blocked or your overactive chakras. And anybody who's done their practicing Reiki healing will be able to tell you whether or not your chakras are blocked. So that's another way of doing it, and you'll find a lot of people do offer this. Meditation is another way that you can actually identify blocked chakras yourself. So if you are somebody who meditates, and you are somebody who feels comfortable in connecting to the divine source or your higher self or whatever it is that you connect to, you can actually ask to be shown which chakra is blocked. And for me, it's a physical feeling that I get when I ask that question. I will be shown in a way that's a physical feeling. I will intuitively know which chakra then I need to work on. And actually, sometimes I've been in meditation and I've just found myself actually putting my hand on the chakra that is blocked. So trust your intuition, trust your own abilities to be able to identify these chakras, because, as I say, it's a flow of energy. So once you tune into the energy that's within your system, you can actually become quite good at identifying it yourself. And as I said before, if we've got a blocked chakra or even an overactive chakra, it can manifest itself in a physical ailment. So you might find yourself having stomachache, for example, or headaches, physical ailments, or long-term digestive issues. Things like that can all be because of the fact that your energy is not flowing through your body freely. And then emotional issues, we may find that we're making life choices as well that are not healthy life choices. They could be emotional issues that come up where you're feeling fear, or you're feeling particularly upset. That can be a manifestation because of the fact that your chakras are blocked. So the big question, how can essential oils help? Well, our energy has a vibration, and essential oils also have a vibrational energy. So we can use this vibrational energy to cleanse and restore our bodies. So we know that we can use the essential oils on a physical level, and we know that we can use them on an emotional level, but we can also use them we can also use them on an energetic level to help cleanse and restore. So if you're used to using crystals for crystal healing, it's a very similar thing. So they're both essential oils, and crystals are gifts from the earth that we can apply and we can use to help cleanse and get that energy moving. And the way that we can do that, there's various different ways in which we can do that, but the easiest way is just to apply 1 to 3 drops of essential oil to the chakra area, and you can do that either neat, or you can dilute it with fractionated coconut oil or another base oil and put it onto the chakra area, or you can simply pick up your bottle of oil, take the lid off and inhale it throughout the day. And I've got some more ways in which you can use essential oils as well. So we can enhance the power of the oils. So we can place the oils over our chakra area to cleanse and restore the energy. But we can also enhance the power of the oils by combining them with crystals. So then you're using both of that vibration to really give it a big kick. We can say an affirmation. Affirmations are really powerful. So I've been known to stomp around the house saying affirmations in the past. They're a really good way to support your intention and to support what you're doing with the oils, to say an affirmation with it and say it out loud. We can also combine with sound. So if you are familiar with chanting, for example, you can do the chanting and combine it with sound. Because again, that's vibrational healing. You can use it with any kind of sound healing to enhance the power of the oils, because you're just amplifying that vibration and cleansing your body and your surroundings and your energetic field. And you'll see as well that, as I said, as I showed you before in that picture, that all of the chakras also have a colour that's associated with them. So we can bring in colour, and it might be as simple as wearing the colour. So if you've got a blocked throat chakra, you can wear a blue scarf, put your essential oil on, put your blue scarf on, put a blue piece of jewellery on, and bring in that colour. So let's go through the chakras now. Now, what I've done is for each of these, I've chosen one oil. Now, it's really important to say that there are various oils that you can use for the chakras. Sometimes I'll show you the resources where you can find out more about which oils you can use for which chakras. But also, you can also just do this intuitively as well. I ran a class actually this week about using the oils to clear the chakras. And one of the things I find when I run these classes is that sometimes people think that they're going to go, for example, for balance for their root chakra, but actually when they really tune into it, they actually are drawn to a different oil. So really trust your intuition, but it's certainly good to be able to have some guidance to what to use for each chakra. So I've chosen one oil for the chakra, but there are many different oils that you could use. So for the root chakra at the base of our spine, the colour is red and the element is earth. So again, if you feel like your root chakra is blocked or needs balancing, you can go and sit in a woodland, surround yourself by earthy things. And that's where the element comes in. So if you've got a blocked chakra, you can see there that you might feel stuck and sluggish. There's various things that you might be feeling. You might feel like you don't belong. You're neglecting yourself. And for that, you can use balance, the grounding blend, to put on your root chakra to help unblock it. And if you've got an overactive root chakra, so quite often we find that our chakras are blocked, but sometimes they can actually be overactive, and these overactive chakras can be triggered by life events, actually, quite a lot of the time. So if you've got an overactive root chakra, you might feel anxious and jittery because you're and fixated with material things, and for that you can choose patchouli oil, and you can use the patchouli oil. So again, as I say, just 1 to 3 drops. You can put it over the chakra point, or you can put it on your feet. And as you can see here, there's a daily affirmation for all of them. I haven't put the daily affirmation on every slide, but an example of a daily affirmation would be, I am anchored and connected to Mother Earth. I am safe and secure. So you've identified that your root chakra is out of balance. You put the essential oil on and you say the affirmation maybe 3 times, and then just go about your day. And then we've got the sacral chakra. So that sacral chakra is just below the belly button. and the colour for the sacral chakra is orange. If you are having a blocked chakra, so the sacral chakra is our basically our sexual centre. It's all about being intimate and about being about pleasure, about embracing pleasure. So if it's balanced, you'll be in a good place about all of those things. But if it's blocked, you might have difficulty becoming intimate emotionally and physically, denying yourself pleasure, lacking desire, being very negative. And for that, we can use black pepper. And you can see here the oil for the overactive chakra, sacral chakra, and when it's overactive, these are people who might have an excessive sex drive or are prone to addictive behaviours. So the symptoms here can manifest themselves as addiction, obesity, hormone imbalances, and restlessness. Okay, so for the solar chakra, let's go up to the next chakra. So it's 2 inches below the breastbone. And the colour for this one is yellow. Now, you can see there the things that are blocked and the things that are overactive. For example, with the solar plexus is blocked, you might get poor digestion and you might have stomach anxiety, for example. And you can use various oils, but particularly if you've got the digestive issues, you can use the Zengest, which is a tummy taming blend, to help with that. And you can also use various other oils. Bergamont's a really good one. But you can see here also I've put the citrine here, and this is where you can bring the crystals in. So for every chakra, there's an associated crystal, and generally the rule is it's if you don't know, pick one that's the same, that's the right colour, and that will help. So for this example, we might take citrine and place that over the essential oil for the blocked solar. So you might like to put the essential oil over your chakra point, and then put the crystal over the blocked solar, and then just lie and meditate or lie still. It's fine. Just put your hand over it so that you're bringing the healing energy through, and put it over your crystal, over the essential oil, and just lie quietly and let the energy regenerate. So for an overactive solar chakra, you might find yourself being bossy and aggressive, self-centered, needing to control others. So that's some signs of an overactive chakra, and you can see there the oil that you might want to use for that.
Eloise?
Yeah?
If you want to get rid of the annotation that's been accidentally drawn,
yes,
you just go to annotate and then clear. I think because you're sharing your screen, you can't.
Oh, okay.
I can't do it.
I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I had to do that first as well. Hang on a second.
Or you can unshare your screen and
annotate and
clear. It says
clear all drawing.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Perfect. There you go. Sorry to disturb you.
No, that's all right. Yes. Okay, so there we go. So so the wintergreen for an overactive solar chakra. So wintergreen is one of the oils that we will probably dilute. So you can use, as I say, fractionated coconut oil or any plant-based oil to make sure that that's diluted, or you can dilute into a roller bottle. So moving up to the heart chakra, the position is the centre of the chest, and the colour is green. The element is air. And here I've put daily affirmation: I give and receive love unconditionally, because when your heart chakra is blocked, and this can quite often happen as a result of external influences. So it might be long-term things that happened, or it might happen short-term, and then you realise that you've become, that you're displaying some of these physical or emotional manifestations that aren't really normally you. And then that will be something where you realise that actually you've become afraid of commitment, you've become a bit needy, you've started to hold grudges, and this could be that your heart chakra has started to close, because it's quite often a self-protection thing that your heart chakra will close. This can manifest itself also in physically in an upper back pain or asthma. And so we can use an oil, a beautiful heart-based oil is geranium. Geranium is wonderful for opening the heart chakra, but also you might want to try breathe, because if you've got the asthma, for example, the physical manifestation of it, breathe can really help to open up the airways. Or you might want to mix the two together. So don't forget that with essential oils, you don't have to use them individually. We can blend our essential oils. We can take them, and again, if you can put them into a roller bottle. You can put them, you can just mix them straight into your hand, just a couple of drops there. You can mix them into the aroma diffuser and have that diffusing around the room. So we can actually blend oils together. So we can see here, if you've got an overactive heart chakra, you might start to lose your personal boundaries and start making unhealthy choices in the name of love. And it can also quite often manifest itself as a heart palpitation. So an idea here as well, as I said about the colour, bringing the colour in, put your oil in a coloured glass bottle. So you might want to transfer that the oil that you're using, say that it's geranium, transfer it into a coloured glass bottle, and then you can get the benefit of the colour therapy side of things as well as the essential oil, and you can have that on your desk at work or something like that, if there's something, and you're getting the benefit of the green, and then you can put that on your body as well. Moving up to the throat chakra, this position is the hollow of the throat just here, and the colour is blue, and the element, unsurprisingly, is sound. Throat chakra is very commonly blocked. This is another one. So the heart and the throat, I mean, they all can be, of course, but personal experience this has been one of the ones that I've really, really had to work with. And for me, it was around being afraid to speak up and just keeping the peace. Fear of offending others, so not speaking up, so that keeping the peace, and that's also known as not speaking your truth. So when your throat chakra is blocked, you might find that you're coughing a lot. You might find that you have a sore throat, repeated sore throats, and we can use the lavender oil to help our throat chakras. And you may be aware that you can actually buy some really lovely jewellery now with the aroma beads, the little lava beads that you just drop the oil onto the aroma bead, and you can get them, which is that, as I've shown here, that you can just have just sitting in the hollow of your throat. So you can drop that lavender oil onto the bead, and then it sits exactly where it's meant to be, helping to unblock your chakra. For an overactive throat chakra, you might find that you talk too much, you're interrupting others, you've got a loud or a dominating voice. And 9 times out of 10, this has happened because you've actually overcompensated for the fact that you don't feel like you're being heard. But for whatever the reason, you can use oregano. Now, I've put on there the touch stick, and that's because oregano is a hot oil, and so we must always dilute oregano before it goes onto our skin. And doTERRA do quite a lot of the oils now in a touch stick, which is pre-blended, in a roller ball with fractionated coconut oil. So it's easy to just grab that touch stick and roll it on. The other thing you can do is diffuse the lavender whilst chanting, or whilst and there's some really lovely chanting meditations out there now that you can listen to, but you can also learn how to do it yourself. There's lots of stuff on YouTube about chanting, and by actually just chanting and making that sound, you are helping the oil to unblock the chakra. Then we move up to the third eye. So position here between the eyebrows, and the colour is indigo. When our third eye is blocked, we might struggle to find meaning in life, feel very disconnected from intuition, find it difficult to make decisions. You might find you've got headaches or migraines in this area as well. It's highly unlikely that your third eye chakra will actually be overactive, but some people's are. If they are, then you might find yourself being engrossed in psychic activities and just kind of, just spending your whole time in pursuit of the psychic activities and connecting with other planes other than the 3D realm that we're in at the moment. And if you do find that that's you, then lemongrass can really help with that. And you can see here as well, we can also have these beautiful, and I've just bought these actually, thanks to my sister. Thank you, Annalie. But you can get roller balls that are crystals. So the roller balls that are crystals, generally you'll find will correspond to the chakras as well. So you can make up a blend, or mix your essential oil with the fractionated coconut oil and use the corresponding crystal and apply it that way. So that way you're getting the benefit of the vibration with the essential oil and the crystal. So I'm very excited about these. I haven't used them yet, but I'm very excited to use them. Crown chakra, top of our head, colour violet. A daily affirmation for this one might be something like, I am one with my higher self. So there's going to be affirmations for all of them. As I said, I haven't put them on all of them, but this one would be, I am one with my higher self, because when it's blocked, you might find that you've got no connection to your spiritual self. So that could be whatever you believe in spiritually. You might feel that you've got a real sense of separation. You don't actually have the connection or the guidance that you crave. You might have a strong attachment to material things, and again, migraines and tension headaches in this area of your head. If you've got an overactive crown chakra, you might feel out of sorts and a bit detached from the world. So that's the way that can manifest. So lemon for the crown chakra, but also frankincense. We know that frankincense has been used for thousands of years for spiritual connection, and there's a reason for that. It's a beautiful oil. For those of you who use it, you'll know, and it can really help you to connect and get that wisdom, but also it's a very calming oil emotionally as well. Everybody loves frankincense. So another way that you can use the oils is you can listen to guided meditations. So if you're not comfortable, and even if you are comfortable with meditating without the use of a guided meditations are wonderful, where you can just sit back, you can relax, and you can listen to guided meditations whilst using the oils. So there are lots of guided meditations out there, either on CD, you can get them, or download, or on YouTube, and you can get guided meditations that either take you through the whole of your chakra system to balance it all. And what you could do is, when you're listening to that guided meditation, as the oil is being, the chakra is being talked about in the guided meditation, you can place that oil on the area. Or you can also have guided meditations that are specific to the chakra. So you could concentrate if you know that your crown chakra is the one that you want to work with. Now it can be quite overwhelming, all of these, to try and find out which of your chakras are blocked. So you might want to just, if you recognise that one of them is probably stronger, if you recognise any of these ailments, quite often one of them will be knocking the others out. So if you're finding, for example, you've got a really sore throat and you've been coughing a lot and you're feeling, whatever with the throat, then just work on the throat and you'll find that actually it can actually knock the others into alignment as well. So don't feel overwhelmed about it. But yes, guided meditation's a really good way of just relaxing and letting going with the flow whilst using your oils. Okay, so in terms of resources, there are some great resources out there. I've just picked up my favourites, really. There's lots of things out there that you can use. I've put on here the Essentially Chakras flip book, which is this I've got right here. And this one's really good because it tells you about the purpose of your chakra, it tells you the colour, it tells you all the different essential oils that you can use, which I wasn't able to focus on today. So all the different ones, what it feels like to have a balanced chakra, some of the symptoms for underactive and overactive, etc. And they've all got a daily affirmation on them as well. So they're good. And there's also Understanding Your Chakras tear pad. They're available from essentialoilsupplies.co.uk. Unfortunately, they've been out of stock since September last year, I think. I've been on the waiting list for a long time for these. So, but do go on to the to Essential Oil Supplies and put yourself on the wait list, because I've been assured that they are being printed and they really are good. And then Essential Oil Supplies also will supply you your crystal roller balls as well. YouTube is a fantastic resource for the guided meditations. Mind Valley blog, I love. Mind Valley blog, go and check it out. I really like that particular site for everything to do with spirituality, but particularly they've got a great resource there for identifying blocked chakras. And then a shameless plug for my absolute favourite crystal shop in the whole world, which is Spiritual Planet Crystals. And the reason I love their crystals so much is because they're sourced with love, but they're also really cared for. So they cleanse all of their crystals daily, pretty much, and when you buy from there, you really are assured of a crystal that's ready to work with you. So yeah, check them out. All right, so that was just a quick overview of how to use your essential oils with the chakras. So I don't know if you want to stop recording before the questions or after the questions, Nathan.
Thank you, Eloise. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think we will stop recording now and then